Dear students, good afternoon. My name is Raza Abbas Hedri and I am working here as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Information Technology, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University. Today we will discuss the concept of keys in database management system. So before going to discuss these keys in detail, we must know what is data, what is database and what is database management system. So first of all, what is data? So data is a raw fact for example, suppose 90 marks, or we can say a collection of all alphabets and numbers. So these two alphabets and numbers are mixed with each other. So we cannot get some information from these mixed numbers, alphabets and numbers, like A, B, X1, 2, S, V, 2, suppose some special character is there. This is data. Now information. Information is basically the processed data is known as information. We process this data to get some meaningful information. Like this example, we can say we will separate these alphabets and numbers in a different format. So anyone can easily understand कि ये हमारा information like ये number है और ये हमारा alphabets है. Then database. Database is a collection of, or we can say organized collection of records, so that we can perform operations such as managing these data, updating these data and inserting these data in a very efficient way. So this is a organized collection. This is a very important word, organized collection, not only collection. Then database management system, DBMS, in short we call it DBMS. Basically it is a set of programs which provides us an interface so that we can insert records in a database, manipulate these records and update this. So in a layman terms, we can say that our notebook is a database and our pencil or pen is a database management system. Because with the help of pen and pencil, we can erase our data, we can write some new information on the notebook. So this is the example of database and database management system. So in database example like airline reservation system, railway, dictionary, and all these things are the example of database. And database management system like Oracle, MS Access, MySQL, these are the commonly known DBMS. So after understanding the database information DBMS, then we will discuss something or some important points about the keys. But before going to keys, we must know what is the meaning of functional dependency and what is the meaning of closure of an attribute set. So functional dependency first. So functional dependency, suppose we have alpha to beta, where alpha is a set of attributes and beta is also a set of attributes. So alpha and beta both are the subset of R. Here R is a relation. We can call it table. In the terms of relational database management system, R is known as table. Table means it has, you can see employee table, project table. It has rows and columns. So columns are the attributes and rows are the records. So rows, or in RDBMS it is called tuples. So rows, number of rows, it's called tuples. Each row is called tuples and columns are attributes. So one term is used like degree. Degree is basically number of columns. and then cardinality. Cardinality is a number of records or number of tuples at a particular point of time. Okay. At this point of time, this table having three columns. So degree of this implied table is 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 records. So cardinality of this table is 5. For here, 2 attributes or 2 columns. So degree is 2 and 4 records. So cardinality is 4. So alpha and beta are the attributes, or we can say columns, set of columns, and alpha and beta both belong to the same relational table. So we can say alpha functionally determines beta. If T1 of alpha is equal to T2 of alpha, then corresponding value of beta in T1 and T2 are also same. Let me take one example for this. So suppose this is a table, and suppose this is one column, second, and suppose this is A1, B1, C1, and we A to B. This you have to check whether A functionally determines B or not. So for that, A2, B2, C2, and is A1, B3, C3. So with the help of these records in this table, we can say that for every alpha is here A, beta is B. So it may have one attribute or more than one attribute. So here we just take for the simplicity only one attribute on the left hand side and one attribute on the right hand side. So T1, so this is T1. So T1 alpha, it means suppose T1 A, so A1, then corresponding value of A1, this is B1, then value corresponding to A2 is B2, then A1. So here you can see A1 and A1 both are same. So if in these two tables the value of A is same, then B is also same. This is the meaning of this sentence. If T1 of alpha is equal to T2 of alpha, means value of A in T1 means tuple 1 and tuple 2 both are same, then the corresponding value of beta, that is B, is also same. But here we can see A1 is, these values are same, but this is B1, this is B3. So we can say that A not functionally determined. If I make this 1, then we can say that yes, now A functionally determines B. A functionally determines B. Because A1 is repeating, then B1 is also repeating. This is the meaning of functional dependency. So I hope it is clear. Then after knowing the functional dependency, concept of functional dependency, then we will find what is the closure of an attribute set. So closure, the definition of closure is, suppose this is a relation, we can say table with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, these attributes, and we have to find the closure of A. So here we must mention some functional dependency so that we can easily find. Just let me mention some functional dependency. We can take anything like suppose A to BC, C to EF, and say G to H. So with these three FDs, FD alpha to beta, so here you can see alpha, suppose if we can add here also CH. So this first FD having only one attribute on the left hand side, here two attributes and then first attribute. Then we have to find closure of an attribute, suppose A. Closure of an attribute A, it means with the help of A and with the help of these given FDs, what are the other attributes that we can reach? So A, so first we just see left hand side A. From A, if we know the value of A, then we can easily find the value of B and C. So first of all, A aa jayega. Then with the help of A, we can go to B and C, BC. Now we have BC. So from C, we cannot determine EFG because we need both values, C and H, and then G to H. So I think this is the closure of A. This is the closure of A because With the help of A, we can only know the value of A, B, and C. Now, what is the closure of CH? First, CH itself, because if I have the value of CH, then we know the value of CH. Then with the help of CH, we can go to E, F, and G. E, F, and G. Then we have C, H, E, F, G, and then from G we can go to H. H is already there, so no need to repetition. This is the closure of CH plus 1. And now closure of G, that is GH. Because GH, and with this help H, we cannot find the value of any other attribute. So these are the closure of A, CH, and G. So after, I think this closure of an attribute, this concept is very useful in finding or in determining candidate keys or primary keys. So we will see. Then what is the meaning of key? So we have so many types of keys. First one is the super key. Super key is basically a column or a set of columns. Column is attributes. Column or set of columns that can uniquely identify the records in a table, in a given table. So column is attributes. So suppose in employee table, this table here, so definition is what? It is a single column or set of columns. It contains more than one column, so that these values can uniquely identify the records, or we can say tuples, in the given table. So consider this example, employee. So here we can see employee ID. So employee ID. Employee ID. So employee ID, so with the help of employee ID, we can uniquely identify the records. Suppose if I know the employee ID, suppose he is E1003. So with the help of this ID, we can easily find the salary of a particular employee and the name of the particular employee. And these, then suppose हमने लिखा employee ID and name. So if I know that these two values, then we can also easily identify the unique records from this given table. Then employee name, only employee name. So this is not a proper example of super key. Why? Because it is possible that two employees having same name. In this example, it is not there, but generally we can say that an employee having same name, there is a more chance कि दो एम्प्लॉय का नाम एक हो सकता है. So this is not an example of super key because the definition is uniquely identify the records from the table. तो नेम हो सकता है सेम हो जाए, तो हम अगर से मजहर नाम है तो हो सकता है मजहर नाम के बहुत सारे हों किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो मजहर नाम से हम उसको यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर सकते. बट एम्प्लॉय आईडी इज यूनिक, सो वी कैन एम्प्लॉय आईडी कैन वर्क एज ए सुपर की. देन एम्प्लॉय आईडी एंड नेम, these two also can work as a super key because if I know the ID and name, then we can also uniquely identify the record. जैसे हमने कहा कि E001 और मजहर इस नाम की इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए हमको, तो उसकी सैलरी क्या है, उसका एड्रेस क्या है, वी कैन राइट सो मेनी कॉलम्स हियर, तो वो हमको यूनिकली मिल जाएगा. देन एम्प्लॉय आईडी, नेम एंड सैलरी, these two also can work as a super key. So this is the definition of super key. Now candidate key. So what is the definition of candidate key? Candidate definition is same. It is a column or set of columns that can uniquely identify the record, but the difference between candidate key and super key is that it is a minimal super key. Minimal super key. What is the meaning of minimal super key? just this example, see this example. Here we can see this is also a super key, this is also a super key, this is also a super key. So minimal super key means the super key having less attributes. उसके जैसे employee ID having only one attribute, employee ID and name having two attribute, employee ID, employee name salary having three attributes. तो इन तीनों एग्जाम्पल में सबसे कम एट्रीब्यूट किसके पास है? एम्प्लॉय आईडी में. सो दिस इज ए कैंडिडेट की एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द की इज नोन एज सुपर की. दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन कैंडिडेट की एंड सुपर की. तो मिनिमल सुपर की इज ए कैंडिडेट की, मतलब इसका कोई सबसेट ना हो, ये इसकी मीनिंग है. तो जैसे हमने कहा कि अगर से के इज अ सुपर की एंड के डैश is a subset of K such that K dash is also capable enough to uniquely identify the record, then we can say that K dash is a candidate key. Then primary key, what is the meaning of primary key? And one table can have more than one candidate key. So candidate key, then primary key. Primary key. Primary key means definition is same, then one of the candidate key can be chosen as a primary key. One of the candidate key can be chosen as a primary key. So, and the some more property of primary key is there, like it cannot be null, cannot be null. And duplicate value नॉट अलाउड. जो एट्रीब्यूट्स इस प्राइमरी की के अंदर कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं उनकी डुप्लीकेट वैल्यू अलाउ नहीं हो पाती है. सो दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ, एंड वन टेबल कैन हैव ओनली वन प्राइमरी की. ओके, एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द कीज, so because I told you we have so many candidate keys, one key can be chosen, like this is candidate key, so one candidate key can be chosen as a primary key, then rest of the keys is known as alternate key or secondary key, secondary or alternate key. तो हमारे पास पहले पता है सुपर की, प्राइमरी की, कैंडिडेट की डेफिनेशन सेम है. मिनिमल सुपर की इज नोन एज प्राइमरी की एंड a table can have more than one candidate key. Any one candidate key can be work as a primary key and rest of the key is known as what? Secondary key. Then we have one concept, foreign key. Foreign key, it is basically a key which is used to associate between two tables. Like here you can see employee table and project table. So project, like two columns ID employee. So here you can see foreign key means employee ID. So employee ID, an attribute or set of attribute, can work as a foreign key if it corresponds to some candidate key in other table. Like employee ID is a candidate key, or we can say primary key in employee table, and project ID is a primary key in project table. So foreign key can be repeated, value of foreign key can be repeated, and it can be null. Like here you can see there might be a possibility that in one project more than one फैकल्टीज आर वर्किंग. एक प्रोजेक्ट उस पर दो एक से ज्यादा फैकल्टी काम कर सकते हैं. तो हियर यू कैन सी प्रोजेक्ट 102, प्रोजेक्ट 1002 एंड दीज टू फैकल्टीज, एम्प्लॉय 1003 एंड एम्प्लॉय 1001, लाइक अनम एंड परवीन, बोथ आर वर्किंग ऑन सेम प्रोजेक्ट. तो हियर यू कैन सी दिस वैल्यूज इज रिपीटिंग E1001, E1001, and it may be null because there might be a possibility that one project is there and that project is not assigned to any other employee. So that value may be null. So primary key cannot be null, foreign key can be null, primary key cannot be repeated, foreign key can be repeated, and there is only one primary key in one table, but in one table we have more than one foreign key. Now in the next lecture we will study how to find candidate key from a given table. Sorry, and I told you there are more than one candidate key, then we can see how many candidate keys are possible in a given table. Now this is all about the concept of keys. Thank you so much.